As you always say, we often overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we vastly underestimate what we can do in a few decades. The last question I really have around this is how the best entrepreneurs in the world make their money. I know you've worked with many of the world's top entrepreneurs. In fact, one of them wrote you a letter. Mark Benioff. For anyone that doesn't know who Mark is, he's the founder CEO of Salesforce.
Yes. Yeah. He actually came to 4, I think, or 5 of my seminars originally in a row, same seminar. And finally, after the 4th one, he came up to me and said, "You've convinced me. I'm going to leave Oracle. I'm going to start my own business. I want you to come on the journey with me. It's called Salesforce.com. He said, "We're going to change business around the world." And he said this to me. He goes, "And I promise you, we'll get to $100 million in business."
He said, "Dear Tony, I'm so deeply grateful for everything that you've done for me over the last 4 decades. He talked about the seminars he'd been to with you and says that you've transformed his life through your inspiration and ideas. He talks about that particular seminar you referenced as the moment that led him to go deeper and deeper and deeper. He said, "It was at Date with Destiny that I made the firm decision to leave Oracle and start my own company."
I remember.
Fast forward 26 years, and Salesforce now has 80,000 employees and generates over 40 billion in revenue annually. It stands as the largest enterprise software company in the world. I truly could not have done it without you by my side. And as you always say, we often overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we vastly underestimate what we can do in a few decades. Tony, I started this letter with gratitude, and I'll end it the same way. Business and politics are temporal, but relationships are eternal, and yours is one I carry with me always. Congratulations on everything you're doing.
That's very beautiful. That makes me a little emotional. That's very kind of him to write that letter. I love Mark because he's such a giver. I see him as a role model of what a great CEO is, someone who understands the social impact of what they're doing as well as the business impact. He's got a heart of gold. That's the kind of guy Mark is. So he's incredibly generous, and I'm very touched that I could count him as a friend and be helpful to him, and he's been so helpful to me.